Is there a remote that he could play with that's not going to do anything? It's all yours, buddy.
Hey everybody, I'm Bill.
I'm Denise.
This is Owen. He's a little crabby. That's alright, he's got this remote to play with, so hopefully he'll chew on that for a little bit. So, this is going to be a little bit different video. We're not out on an adventure today, but we're kind of talking about the adventure of life as a whole.
Yeah.
So, we have some exciting things to talk about, but we wanted to kind of touch on why we started this blog.
Mm-hmm.
We might have mentioned a little bit of it like way back in the beginning, but now we kind of have a better idea of what we're doing and why we're doing it. So this was Denise's brainchild.
So initially we talked about starting a blog just to kind of document memories and fun adventures that we did with Owen that he can then look back on and see all the cool stuff that he did and where we've been. And since then we kind of, if other families or other people can gain some knowledge or learn about new things along the way, we're more than willing to share that as well.
Right.
Ooh.
And for those of you who don't know us, children weren't really in our picture. We weren't planning on having kids.
He was a happy surprise.
He was definitely a happy surprise, and we're super excited to have him in our lives. And so we just want to, obviously, like every parent, do the best we can for him. So, and then, of course, this year has been just totally crazy too with COVID and the global pandemic. So, our plans for our life have changed significantly.
Wow.
So we have him calm down now. This is take 2. We back in July, while we were up north, I think it was just after my mom passed. My dad and brother and the 3 of us were hanging out on the porch, and I think at one point someone mentioned maybe going full-time RV, and it was kind of a joke then.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it was also brought up, your dad mentioned, travel while you can.
Right.
Unfortunately, your mom did travel a little bit
Right.
after retirement, but she didn't travel as much as they had hoped or planned on, so.
Yeah, and so we started watching some YouTube channels, Keep Your Daydream, Less Junk, More Journey,
Mm-hmm.
Fate Unbound. Our favorite is Slim Potato Head, who has really great information. You gotta check him out. But we and many others. We've checked a lot of channels. We're in some full-time family RV groups and that kind of thing. So, but we realized that's kind of what we want to do.
Yeah.
So,
and we should also mention that we, in the past, lived in our motorhome for about 3 months while we remodeled our house that we had in Howard City. So while we weren't moving around and traveling,
and we didn't have a kid. We had
and
2
we
dogs.
didn't have a kid, but we did live in an RV for
a
little over 3 months.
And we've spent time in RVs, so this is nothing new for us.
Yeah.
But so we decided that we wanted to take a serious look at that. So we took a look at our finances, and at the time we had a decent amount of credit card debt from our previous house remodel. And so then we moved up here and ended up buying another house, and so we were in the process of paying that debt off, and we just, put our nose to the grindstone, as they say, and and paid off. We're almost credit card debt free right now. We sold our previous RV, so we kind of put ourselves in a position to be able to get down to a single income. The clients I have right now are keeping me busy, and I can work from anywhere. I have internet, so that's cool. This is our big announcement that we're taking the leap and diving into full-time RVing. Hopefully for the next, we're going to give it a year and see how we do. And, hopefully that bleeds into 3 to 5 years. And
we don't really know where it will take us, but we're going to give it a good shot for a year to see how we like it. Obviously, living full-time RV with a kid is going to be different than just living stationary while we remodel our house.
Right. Denise is actually leaving her job.
Yeah, I saw that was tough, but you know what? Life happens. Owen kind of changed things. I want to spend more time with him. Obviously, he's growing super fast. And the COVID and everything and stress and anxiety, just figured it would be better to, focus on family. And
and she's been fortunate enough to be able to work from home through the pandemic. I mean, it's been basically a year now since they told everybody to go home and work from home if you could. That's been awesome. And Owen's 11 months old, so we've been doing this for 11 months, and he's at the point now where he's about to start walking, so his mobility is increased, and the two of us, even working from home, tag teaming it, have trouble. We're at that point where it's tough to focus on work, and it's tough to get our hours in without having to stay up super late and basically have no time together because we're having to complete work hours. So I think it's going to work out where Denise is going to take care of Owen while I'm getting my hours in, and then we have family time, which is super awesome. So,
which means a lot more adventures.
A lot more adventures, a lot more time together, quality time together. Part of all of this was also to live a more simplistic life. We've owned houses ranging from 2 bedrooms to a 5-bedroom, 10-acre farm, to our 1-bedroom cabin that we were in before this house. This is just a modest 2-bedroom house that we're in now. And so we've kind of gone through the ebb and flow of collecting things and downsizing. And
somebody likes to collect things. Well, we both like to collect.
Yeah,
things,
I don't.
But
let's talk about your rock collection. So,
but the more space you have, the more you collect.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been weird for us because we've bought and sold every 2 to 3 years, and so honestly, since our 2 or 3 houses ago, all of our stuff has remained mostly packed away. This house is the closest we've gotten to actually putting things out.
Unpacking.
Because we got everything repainted in the first month, and we've been slowly putting things out and decorating, and now it's time to pack it all up again. So we'll be selling our house here in Grayling, and kind of putting some of our stuff into storage. A month or so ago, we bought this Winnebago 5th wheel, and it's pretty roomy. We went with a 5th wheel just for the size. We really wanted to be able to get kind of off
cool spaces.
Yeah, off the beaten path into some of the places that we would normally go.
But it wouldn't give us the space that we needed.
Right.
At least that we felt that we needed.
Yeah. For full-time living, we were looking at like a toy hauler or something like that, and just needing space, on a rainy day, for Owen to actually be able to play and for me to be able to work. And having a separate sleeping area so he could sleep or we could sleep and not disturb each other. So we ended up with it's about a 36-foot fifth wheel, and we're doing a few renovations. We'll be mostly boondocking, which is basically camping without hookups. So we're getting a solar system installed that'll be able to handle the whole rig. Hopefully we'll never have to be plugged in or run a generator.
Which is going to be really cool, I think, being more eco-conscious and eco-friendly.
Right. With going full-time on the road, we're really hoping to immerse in the places where we're at. So we're going to move seasonally, north to south, snowbirds, if you will, and
middle-aged snowbirds.
Middle-aged snowbirds with a baby. But there's plenty of us out there, so we're hoping to meet some other families doing the same thing. But
yeah, because really, Michigan still has a lot to offer that we haven't seen, that
absolutely.
I haven't seen. And
that we haven't been able to immerse in. Like we go take a day trip and we visit. But like our last video, we drove around and saw a bunch of things, but we want to go camp in the area and be able to go explore the little farms that we found or go rock hunting every day.
Well, and then even when we lived, I think I talked about this before, even when we lived out in Colorado, there's so many cool things out there that we didn't get to go see because we were both working full-time or more than full-time and working different schedules because being in the Parks and Rec field, you're always working when everybody else wants to go out and play. So every weekend I was always working. So we had to plan our adventures and we did little weekends up in the mountains to camp, but we never really explored west side of Colorado. I think we went there like once or twice maybe.
And most of our long-term vacations were coming back
to visit family.
So we would come back for a week or two to Michigan every year. So we never spent a long amount of time out in the mountains.
Yeah.
We have never been past Colorado, so we would love to get out to the West Coast. We're excited about that. We have
Makes
friends.
Me sad that we were so close to the redwoods and Yellowstone, and that we never made it.
Right. And we have friends down in the Southwest that we're looking forward to going and visiting in the winter. So we have a lot of travel ahead of us. We're planning to probably be moving every couple of weeks, and staying on public lands as much as we can. So we're excited about that. We're excited that Owen's going to get to grow up not just in one place. He'll be experiencing all sorts of different cultures and areas and terrain and just more than just one backyard. So that's kind of cool. So what's next for Fresh Coast Outdoors?
We don't want the bottle anymore.
No, we absolutely love this region. We both grew up here. We plan to do a ton of exploring this season here. We'll certainly probably be coming back every year to visit family. So we'll still be,
like I said, maybe after a year of RVing in a tiny little spot, maybe we won't like it. We don't know.
Right. So we plan to do some merchandise for Fresh Coast Outdoors. So we'll probably get a little store set up soon. That's kind of part of Denise's job once she doesn't have a job. So
hey, Owen's my job.
Owen's your job.
So for the next month or so, our videos might be a little more infrequent.
We got a lot of work to do. We're basically remodeling the RV.
Plus getting our house ready to sell.
Yeah.
Plus I'm still working for
we're
another
both
little
still
bit.
full-time. So we both have full-time jobs with another full-time job of getting ready. So it's going to be a lot of work. We're hoping to be on the road in May with the house for sale. So if anybody watching this has anybody who's interested in purchasing a home in Grayling, we would love to show you ours.
Yeah. Yeah, so that is our big announcement.
Okay.
And we timed this video to come out on my 40th birthday, so this is how we're going to start the next 40 years, is on the road with that.
Our little leprechaun.
Little leprechaun. So, we'll see ya. And thanks for all the support so far. We look forward to producing more videos and getting a little more in depth with some of the... I think we're done.
I think we're done. Bye.
Bye. See you later. You can wave? You're all upset. No. Oh.
Go.